Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of HR to CHRO podcast series. And today we have Dr. Reena Das with us. She started her career in education, then in staffing solution, then she got into training, and then she moved on into infrastructure projects, infrastructure companies. And right now she's CHRO at Keolis, Hyderabad, Mass Rapid Transport team, and which is an MNC in 30 countries, doing 300 projects all over the globe. So welcome, Reena. Thanks for giving us time.
Thank you very much, Amit. That's a great pleasure. And thanks for having me in the podcast. It's always been a great feeling to chat all about HR. And I think that's the crux of today's discussion, also. I understand because HR is the heart of any organization and that makes the organizations thrive. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. So, why HR? So, you moved from education where you were at senior posts, at the very good colleges. So, from education, you moved into staffing and then into training. And then, so how did this journey come about? And how did you decide when and how did you decide to come into HR?
Okay, it's a long story, but I'll cut it short. People has been asking me most often that why HR, why not finance, operations, and marketing. Well, I started with education because I belong to Odisha, and those days, though I got a campus recruitment doing my MBA, but I did not like the first job, so I came back home saying that what do I do? I didn't like it. So my professor then was starting a college, so he hired me for the college, and I started teaching MBA students.
Very nice.
I really did well. And the College of Business Administration, starting from the scratch, was a new college. So we did everything that's possible. Then starting from student acquisition to running the classes, academics, administration, and all of that. But then I was doing extremely good. And then my aunt, who was a college professor, she said that you are not known by Reena Das, though you are doing extremely good. So a banyan tree, under a banyan tree, plants might not grow well. So you need to go out from your comfort zone, being here, try and look out for a job that can give you opportunity and also recognition of what you deserve. So that changed my mind to move from Berhampur, I belong to Berhampur, to start looking for jobs outside Berhampur. And that's when the advertisement from Gandhi Institute of Engineering and Technology came in as a training and placement officer. And I thought, I've done academics, let me explore doing something on placing students, training and placement. And training has been always passionate, and I always loved interacting with the students. So I took up the job of training and placement officer at Gandhi Institute of Engineering and Technology in 2001. And then it was also a very fulfilling journey because those days setting up a placement cell was something again I was responsible for. And then getting students placed was quite satisfying. And then by God's grace, I got married in 2004. And my husband worked in Pvt Ltd those days in Chennai. So I had no other option but to come to Chennai.
Okay.
So I came to Chennai and he told me that you have been placing so many students, now find out a job for yourself. Okay. So that's when I started doing business development, joined MAFWA those days. It's called CHRO. So I joined them as a business development resource, selling training, HR services, all type of HR services that is possible. But for me, again, I think it was honestly, there was no brainer in terms of why I chose what I chose at that point of time. Whatever came on the way is what I took it up, because that was something which I felt it was truly a passion that I had. And I kept learning from different people. And even when I was in college doing training and placement, I always discovered that people, those whom I met were HR, and they were very passionate about what they were doing in terms of the commitment that they had for the organizations that they were working for. And that really attracted me like a magnet for HR. And whenever I look back to my corporate journey, though I started in business development, it was more of selling HR services, from training programs to recruitment to HR consulting. But then when I sit across again HR professionals, when I used to pitch our solutions, then try to see that the teams get transformed, I always thought when I sat on the other side of the table that when I get a chance, possibly I will also sit on the other side of the table and see whatever I'm selling to them, experience it for myself to see how this can help in terms of sparking the growth and development of the real organization, real people. And that curiosity stuck me, and it fueled my transition, possibly from a educationalist to a business development person and to be a hardcore HR. Today, I'm the CHRO of Keolis, Hyderabad. I oversee around a dynamic workforce, which is around 1,300 core employees to 1,700 outsourced. So we have a strong workforce of 3,000 people that we manage in terms of running the Hyderabad Metro Rail very smooth and very safe and securely. And my primary objective and the role has been always to make sure that we see value of empowering people and connect to a bigger picture. So that's been my passion, and that's where HR at its core is what I'm pursuing it. Not just bridging people with the peak performance, but also making sure that I add value to whatever we deliver and help people grow in the roles that they are performing. So that's how I landed up in HR, and I really love what I do. And I truly feel it's quite rewarding in terms of the difference that you can bring in the life of the people, whether in terms of the career progression or in terms of helping them build their skills and competencies. This is something which has been very heartening for me, and it is very very close to me, and it's never been a brainer. It has been a true passion that I followed, and that's what my commitment of whatever I'm doing has helped me land in this Keolis today, and quite happy about it.
Very nice to hear, Reena. So there are so many interesting points that I want to ask about. But first, uh, out of comfort zone. So you said that you were doing very well in the first job that you were doing. You were at the hometown, but you took so many risks. Not only changing the job in which you were doing well, also getting out of your hometown. So, like you said, getting out of the comfort zone. So, how important is getting out of comfort zone for a professional?
I think that's very important in terms of trying to see that you keep learning. You keep learning and discovering yourself, which is today is a cutting edge sword for people to actually excel in their career. If you do not take the chance of exploring yourself and trying to challenge your own status quo, possibly it is not easy today to be there in the race. So I think whatever decisions that I've taken early in my career also in terms of going out of the comfort zone, it also helped me get the recognition. I always recall my aunt that she said that under a banyan tree, the small plants cannot grow. If you
Correct.
want to have a recognition and a name for yourself, you need to find a place for your own self where you create your own name and identity. I think that stuck with me for a long time, and even today. Also, for this role, before I took up this role, I was in Chennai handling a big workforce of 4,500 people in Chennai airport. And I left that and came here. So that itself also is again going out from my comfort zone.
Correct.
18 years of work that I've done in Chennai. Now I'm in Hyderabad and all alone here. So that also again is another risk and the leap of faith that I took in terms of let me try out something different and try a new industry, new challenges, new place, and it's of course a new opportunity.
I'm sure this challenging yourself by changing the industry, changing the place of stay is again pushes you, or whoever takes such decisions pushes them to bring out the hidden talents or the hidden skills that they may have that they may not have utilized earlier. But see, when I'm from sales, so how we used to do, Reena, initially, you would do sales in a particular geography, whether you were handling a team of individuals or you were handling a team of dealers. So after a few months, the business starts getting set. You are able to set up the business in the sense that sales starts happening automatically. Even if you are in a B2B sales, you have certain accounts and sales starts happening automatically. Now in HP that time, so the idea was to change the territory after every some duration, a few years, 1 2 years, whatever, so that the people get all round development. But the reaction of salespeople, including me, would be to resist that change, simply because that life is comfortable, and why do you need to go into a new territory, and again you'll have to build relationships, you'll have to again work hard and all that. But now when I'm talking to you, and I realize that how powerful it is to challenge oneself by continuously getting out of the comfort zone, and you are doing that even at this age and stage where life would have been so comfortable for you in Chennai. So it's very inspiring, Reena. Very, very.
Thank you very much. I think the bottom line here is, of course, you challenge yourself, but whatever you do with consistency. I think that's the bottom line.
Consistency, right?
Consistency is a huge driver for me. It means like showing up every day and putting in the same effort with that same passion. And I always believe that there is there is zero shortcuts for any success. And whatever steady grind that you bring builds that momentum like nothing else can do. So consistency has been a huge driver, and I always believe that the hard work, there is no alternate. It could
Very
be
nice.
sounding old-fashioned, but there is no substitute to good hard work that you put in.
Very nice. And it sounds so powerful, Reena. See, I'll come back to your journey through different industries and different companies, different cities. But to rise to this level is not easy. You're making it sound very simple, but I'm sure it's not that easy. And like you said, consistency and hard work. So you get up one morning and you're not feeling well, or you are feeling demotivated because of some personal issue, but still to have that ability to go out to the office and still put in your 100% is not easy. And it's only people who are able to do that consistently are able to rise. So you started with education, in the sense training, teaching kids, then you got into placements, and then you got into staffing solutions, where you were on the other side, from placements to other side, and then you
I was
got
handling business development.
business development. Yes. So
Yeah, sales and business development.
so having this all-round grooming, does it help HR professional to rise to the level of CHRO? See, because when I started my career, HR was more a support function, and there was a certain image that HR people would project, or we would have sales guys especially. We would look at HR in a certain way. But now HR has went beyond that, and it's now a strategic partner with a seat on the table. So to get a seat on the table, how important do you think is to have an all-round grooming from other aspects of other departments in the organization, like business development, like sales, like some thoughts on that, Reena?
Yeah, so if I have to put it across, for us to do whatever we would like to do, the first and foremost is, apart from you having the consistency, it's important to also fuel yourself with learning. I think whatever new task that you take up, there is always no way that we can stop learning. If you stop learning, possibly you become outdated. Because
Correct.
when I wanted to be part of the HR, it is not just the business development that I did, but I also started learning in terms of the labor laws, whatever things that is coming up in terms of whether it's not just business development. I also got involved in recruitment in terms of delivery of the training, and so delivering HR consulting projects and all that. So that helped me evolve as a person. So for becoming what I had to go through is, one is consistency, two is in terms of constant learning. There was a lot of certifications programs that I would have done to make sure that I am not a step back to a core HR who is growing as an HR professional to a CHRO. I had to compete with them to be what I am today. So the learnings that I had through certifications or the workshops, and also the most important learning for me was to observe people. I think that's something which I really loved it, in terms of soaking up with the wisdom that amazing people around me who kept talking about different things. I was very lucky to have good mentors in my
Very
career,
nice.
and keeping and learning from what they say was very important. And what I also feel is the resilience. That has been one of the important in terms of making sure that you don't get distracted, because in any career, in any place that you work, there will be noise, distractions, setbacks, and a lot of office chatter that keeps going on. I remember my colleague when I was in Mafua. I had a colleague, Srinidhi, and I was into business development. So, and it was a new office. Mafua Academy was a new office then when we got in. So everyone was busy doing this and that and all. So my boss said we have to get business. Ashokan Pichai was my boss, my first corporate boss. So I was in his table. It was not even a table. Some cartons were there and a landline phone, making cold calls to clients to get it. So I remember that I never used to get distracted and very focused on what I used to do, which I feel proud of it. And then when people tell that, Reena, you were doing this, I happened to speak to one of my colleague, and she said, Reena, remember you were so focused during the time that you would not even look at people, what is happening in the office. The noise did not affect you. No distractions would affect you ever. So that is something has driven me personally. And I know at work, or when you are at work, there will be a lot of impromptu meetings and all. So despite of all those impromptu meeting and all that, client visits will be there. Employees would come also to talk about their issues and stuff as being an HR. But managing the time has been a critical, and I always juggled in terms of making sure that whatever planned task that I have with my all unplanned activities which is coming on the way, I make sure that I end up my day with a very satisfaction, and that is what the real impact that you make. So the mindset here is very important, and I know you do a lot of sessions on mindset and also having a positive mindset in terms of ensuring that whatever work that you are doing has been my North Star. It's been my guiding star, and it has always pushed me handle any challenges that I came across, and also keeping me grounded at the time when I had challenges also. It's not that it's always a bed of roses. It comes with thorns as well, right? So that's where it was important. And I know a lot of brain rewiring sessions that you do and the mindset session, it definitely would help people in terms of how you can keep yourself calm and then stay focused as well.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Reena. So, challenges. Can you give us some examples of challenges and how, like you were saying that you were not getting distracted by noise or, the resilience that you showed. So, how did some examples of how you handle challenges while maintaining the focus?
Okay, I'll give you a very interesting example, because there are many challenges that I faced, but something which has shook me because is what I would definitely tell you. It's a very unforgettable moment when I was at Bhadra International in Chennai Airport. That's the first time in my role I had to, not just HR, I had to handle IR, industrial relations.
Okay.
So my first was when I had to face the union negotiation interaction. So I've been in Chennai that by then 2015. I'm telling about an incident in 2015. By then I was there in Chennai for a decade, but then my Tamil literacy was not so good, not existent is what I could say. And the vice president HR of the company left, and my super boss told me, Reena, now it's your time to take care of industrial relations, which I had never handled in my life. So with all the courage, I said, okay, I will do it. I'll take it as a challenge and I'll do it. And then I walk into the room where I have the AICTU union leaders sitting there, and they were waiting to talk to me. So as soon as I entered the room and I started speaking few words, they just stood up and then left the room. And then they could know that I could not speak their language. And I was not able to digest the fact that I go as a head HR of the company. And then just they stand up and then they go. So was quite hard for me to believe, and it was quite harsh wake-up call. I mean, I was not able to digest the fact for so many days. But then what I did was that day was not able to sleep that day, because it so happened that I never expected something very difficult that could happen. And then I jumped back to my team and tried to take their help to translate whatever I wanted to say, and then made my notes, which was wrote in English and the Tamil conversion, and then jumped back and telling that I want to talk to them. And I called them up. I took the number and called them and spoke exact in Tamil that I want to meet you. And then they came and met me. So over the time, I actually made them convinced that, see, I am taking a step forward to talk to you in your language, but you will also have to make sure that you also come and work, because end of the day, we have to work together. You don't have a choice to change your HR. And you will have to anyhow work with me. So let's figure out a way. If I'm coming a step forward, you also come a step forward, and then we work together. And that's how I built not just the language competency, which I did not have on Tamil, but also build a rapport with the people at the ground, because industrial relations, I understood, is not easy by then. Whatever we read, deliver, and all that in HR is not that you do hands-on at the work.
Correct.
So that is where, if I have to tell make myself feel proud that yes, I did handle the industrial relation very smoothly after then. And it was a lesson for me to be more adaptable and also respect people from the ground. I think that was a big eye opener for me. This was not taught to me in the college or in the books, but yes, this is something you learn it from difficult situations that you come through. So what it came to my mind that never underestimate the power of meeting people where they are and speaking their language. I think that was something which is very important, and being adaptable and learning fast on knowing that where you have gone wrong and what you can actually make up to bridge that gap is something very important. So that was one thing which I will never forget. And then there is another very tough call that I had to take in my career. It was very tough because when we were working in the airport way back in 2017, December 21st, I remember the date. That was a tough night for me. I had to take tough disciplinary action against 97 unruly employees in a single day due to serious indiscipline issue. It was there in the news all over. Chennai airport fired 97 people, so it was not easy. And it was quite heart-wrenching moment, because you would, at HR, you would not like someone to be fired. So that is something was very difficult moment. But in airport, as when you work in the airport, when you have live international flights on the ground to take off and some nuisance happen, we cannot afford to have people, those are undisciplined, unruly, working. So it was quite a risk that I had to take, and a lot of chaos that I had to handle. But then one big learning for me is the asset where my team member are the heroes of my core HR team who came across to the rescue. It is not that you as a leader who stand, but the people, those who stand behind you, is something matters for you as to be a leader. So that is what taught me that day that yes, I have a very strong team, and in the dead of the night, we scrambled to obtain alternative manpower. 97 people going out from operations, and you have to fill in people.
That to an airport. That to an airport. Yeah.
It was, we scrambled to obtain alternative manpower, but we ensured that we kept flights running and on schedule.
Very nice.
We pulled it off very well without a hitch. And this experience is into my memory. It will always remain in my memory that great teams stand together even in the storms. And I convey my heartfelt thanks to all my team members from Bhadra, those who worked with me. Very strong team, very fresh in my memory. And we made a great team in terms of ensuring what we could do it for the need of the business. I think it is HR who rose up to the occasion and delivered what was the business need. And that's where we talk about HR being a business leader. And I thought That was an example that we could set for ourselves. And the respect that we gained after that as HR was phenomenal. I mean,
Obviously.
starting from the managing director to everyone in the airport, they knew that what we say and we did it and delivered it on the same day. So that was one heart-touching moment for me. These are the two tough things that has happened, but I can also share something a
Yes,
nice,
yes.
which is on the brighter note, very positive. Here in Keolis, we are one of the best in terms of the employee engagements that we do. And our employee engagement score also speaks that not just in Keolis, Hyderabad, in the Keolis group also, we are well respected
Very nice.
as the HR. Here, in terms of employee engagement survey, 99% participation. I have never seen in the history of my own career where 99% of the people come and participate for any employee engagement survey. And that itself is the proof of the pudding and the trust people have on us. And this is all because the level of engagement that we have with our people, the commitment, the trust. We say our values are we care, we commit, and we imagine. And it is not just the values that is written on the board. We practice and preach it by each and every word of it. And this also has given us national and international awards like GIS, if you have heard of, which is Gender Equality, Diversity in European and international standard. So we have won the award for SDG UN award for 2023 and 2025, two
Very nice.
times, which is for our Sahas initiative. Like we do a lot of work in the space for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we have created our resource group called Women Workforce Women. And a lot of work has been done for the safety and security of our women workforce, not just for our women workforce, but also for our passengers. So that is where Sahas went on going beyond the HR silo project. It is not just the HR silo project, but it's an organizational effort which has transformed the culture, which has made our workplace, which is like a safe place to work, and also our public spaces where our passengers are traveling also feel safe. So these
Very
are
nice.
the moments that I really feel gives me a lot of sense of satisfaction and happiness in whatever I do today.
Very nice. Very nice. Reena, so this level of engagement, has it been only because of these initiatives like Sahas or the Women Resource Group, or something else you would like to share?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, our employee engagement, we have designed an employee engagement calendar based on
Okay.
our core values.
Okay.
When I say core values, we care, we commit, and we imagine. So what we have done is we have kept it into three buckets in terms of one, when we say we care is specifically designed for the wellness and well-being of our people. And when I say wellness and well-being, it starts from a medical camp, yoga, meditation. And it is not just you do it once and then you forget. You do it International Yoga Day, mein yoga kar lo, bhul jao, not like that. It is there in the calendar so that it has been done as part of our We Care initiative. So we do awareness programs on different health conditions. Now you had the World Mental Health Day. So we connect with specialists and give them inputs. And it's not just mental health day. We also do something called for the now mental health and well-being is the talk of the town. It is part of our safety briefings also. Like we start our day with a safety briefing
Very
and
nice.
toolbox talk. So what we do is we give them inputs to our managers to do simple acts like check with your colleagues, are you okay? Are you okay is very simple, but then you can understand what a person must be going through if he or she is not in the frame of mind. So you can just check, and that conversation can change whatever stress, anxiety, depression the person is going through. So these are part of our wellness and well-being initiative. Apart from health camps, yoga, meditation, and all that, we make sure that we create a person of trust within the organization, create people, those who have been trained on concepts like are you okay, so that it does not affect them and their mental health and well-being is being taken care. Similarly, we say we commit to the career progression, we commit to their making them feel good in terms of coming back to work, because they should not feel that, hey, it's Monday and they have to come to work. They feel encouraged and enthusiastic to come to work. There are a lot of awards and rewards that organization has got in terms of innovation, cost effectiveness, sustainability development, CSR, and all these are our commitment to our employees. They participate in different various initiatives that we do.
Very nice.
And we imagine is something we work towards something on the sustainability, like we have launched our Eco Move program. Last year it was Green Initiative, where we involved our employees to come and work with us with the plants, take care of the environment. This year it is Eco Move for us, where we try and engage. So it is not just one size fits all, because when it comes to engagement, different people will have different likeness in terms of doing things. So these are different things that we do apart from training, empowering them, talent development and management, which is important in terms of their technical skills and competencies for them to be enhancing. And at the same time, if they have to grow up in the organization, it's not just giving them a role, but then are we making them equipped with a role is very important. So helping them also develop their behavioral competencies equally becomes important. So we create environment and a culture where people feel valued. Like every organization will have an individual development plan, which is attached to their PMS and stuff. What we do is we have created a culture where we created individual development plan boosters. Boosters are your senior leadership team members, those who talk about the culture of individual development. So that is what we bring in the organization. And we help managers in terms of developing the people.
Okay.
And individuals also to have that ambition that today, if you have joined as just a train operator or a station controller or a maintainer, what is that you see yourself 5 years down the line is not the question that we ask them. We tell them 5 years down the line, you can see yourself in this position, provided you develop your skills and competencies that's required for you to grow to that level.
Very nice.
And believe me, our attrition is less than 1%.
Very nice. And industry wages?
Yeah, and monthly attrition and our annual attrition is 8.2%, which has been consistent for the last 3 months. And these are not just numbers which talks about, but it talks about the culture that we built people in the organization.
So what is your secret to keep your team motivated? How do you see, like your last assignment, the airport also, because of your team, you were able to replace 97 people in one go and write so many initiatives, so many activities. So I'm sure your team is as happy in doing all this as you are. So how do you keep your team motivated, or how should a leader, what should a leader do to make the team perform to its potential?
One is give them the platform. Many times I have seen leaders do not encourage new ideas coming up. I make sure that these ideas are not just my ideas. These ideas are something which is also my team ideas, which we try and shape it up, give them. So I make them owner of driving each initiative.
Very nice.
If it is their initiative, they would take it forward and make sure that that is a success. Like for example, I have in metro rail, you will find very less women working in the metro rail, and we understood the reason why, because of societal reasons, because of no legacy of women working in this. And then we had 3 years back, we had only 9.7% women working with us. Today, the 9.7% has become 14.5%.
Very nice.
And it has become because we have built workforce for women. So the workforce for women was a concept which was there. So what I tried to do is create champions.
Okay.
Who will drive this initiative. So the success is empower them. You have to be just like a catalyst. Step back and see that you empower them, give them that space that they would be able to grow and make a difference. So I had 12 champions in 2022-23. Then these champions got multiplied, and now I've elevated them as WOW leads. We call workforce WOW leads. So they are driving my DI initiative. I don't have to do much. It is them. So for me, if I have to bring the team to do something, first is empower them, believe what they are doing is right, and at the same time guide them. See, what we can do as leaders is help them, facilitate them, and guide them. And if there is some amount of nurturing that is required for them to do well, you give them that platform and provide all possible tools so that they'll be able to deliver. And they are doing a fantastic job. And
Very
all the
nice.
success that I'm talking about, it is not my success, it's my team's success, because they are the one, those who are fueled with energy, with enthusiasm, uh, with a lot of empathy. I mean, that's one thing I have seen in this team, that they come with the real problem. They don't hide the problem. I think that becomes half of the problem has been solved, because the transparency that we have, the trust that we have got, and the passion in terms of we working together as team. There is no like I sit as a CHRO, I work with them as one of the team members so that we all deliver it together.
Very nice. So very powerful. These are so many insights. I'm sure people who will be watching, especially young and people at mid level, would be so inspired. See, one example on focus. Like, see, you mentioned resilience. So, can you give us an example where either on a professional front or on the personal front, there was so much going around you, but still you were able to focus on the job that you had to do and you emerged out of all that noise? So, an example on that, please, if possible.
I will. I'll give you the example which, and I normally give it to the people. I think that's important at this point of time. I talk about this bamboo tree example to people.
Okay.
You would have heard a farmer who has tried to put the seeds of for bamboo trees. He was constantly nurturing them, and this nurturing kept happening. And people like him, those who also planted that, they gave it up after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and then after 4 5 years, they said nothing is going to happen. But this particular farmer, he did not leave. Why he did not leave? Because he believed in terms of the investment that he's doing, in terms of ensuring that he will try and bring the bamboo trees up. So after 5 years, you see the bamboo tree shooted up
Correct.
5 feet high, because it's not that it was not growing; it was growing inside, deep
Correct.
inside the and building the roots. So that is what happens. It's resilience is not like it will happen over a day.
Correct.
It is a constant, continuous process. Like I said, like it is no shortcut to any success. It is
Correct.
pure hard work. Consistently, you keep doing it again and again. And if you keep doing it again and again, I think that builds the momentum, that builds the grind in terms of what is required. And that is consistency and resilience for me. It's not like a one day effort that it will work out well. It has to be done as something which you do it as a regular ritual every day. And that is the key. And if I do, I have an engagement calendar. And first day in the morning, I look at my engagement calendar, see what has been done, what has not been done. And if it is not been done, what has been the reason why it has not been done? So then we identify the reason why it has not been done, and also see the statistics. How many people do participate in activities that we do, which either makes them feel good or is a learning activity. For example, if you try and organize a session on artificial intelligence, prompt engineering, today the generation would be interested apart
Correct.
from their core learning. So constantly understanding and seeing which medicine works, which medicine does not work.
So you keep on
And
taking
that's the
feedback.
consistency for me.
You keep on
Yeah, we
taking feedback.
take, we do pulse, we do focus group discussions, one to one. So different methods that we follow. It is not just one size fits all again. There could be different sources where you get, and you then analyze it and find out that what works out well and what does not work out well.
So I'll come to time management. We spoke about time management. I'll come to that. But before that, when we were talking about learning, you said that you did a lot of certification courses and you learned from theory also, but you also were guided by mentors. And you said that it is important to just observe people, to learn just by observing. So that is again very powerful. And meeting people again, you said, because I am a firm believer, I never used to meet people earlier in my career, but now I realize how powerful it is to learn from people. So some example on how can somebody learn just by observing other people, or
Yeah.
something similar on those lines.
I will give you an example again from my ex-boss from Mafor and said those days. I reported to Mr. Nikhil Indrasenan for 9 years. And I was very passionately observing him, how he would conduct meetings, how he would give the feedback, how he would take the team along. So when I came out from Randstad and I was there part of TVS, everything I did, that time I was all alone myself. Everything I did possibly was most replica of either Nikhil Indrasenan or Mr. E. Balaji. These are two gentlemen that I followed very closely. And also Lata Rajan, if you know her, Mrs. Lata Rajan, she is the founder of MAFA and SEAL HR. The passion that she had in HR. She was a chartered accountant, but was handling HR and the decisions that she took in life. I mean, there are a lot of things that I also owe to her in terms of the empathy that I could build in my process of taking decision. Is lot has come from Lata Rajan because I've seen the way she handled people management in terms of understanding the problem of the people, those who came to her and heard without even judging them.
Very nice.
This was very powerful. I have never seen some person doing like that, and that stayed with me for long. Even today, if any person comes to me, I would not judge them and have an empathetic listening to them. So that was big learning, and these all are by observing people and seeing how they have imbibed into it, and that's how I also learned from them.
So coming to mentorship and meeting people, now let's say somebody is an introvert or a shy fellow. How does he or she go about meeting people? How does he or she go about having mentors?
Yeah. See, it is more about what you want in life.
Okay.
Okay. If you want the right guidance, I think you need to look for them.
Correct.
If you are not looking at the right guidance, and then you will get lost at times. Whatever decision that you make, possibly not be the right thing that you do. So I think in today's generation where networking is very important, getting a mentor and a sponsor in life is also very important. I am handling a couple of projects, not just for India, also for the globe. And I have sponsors. I had mentor, somebody from our SNCF, Magali, who mentored me in terms of understanding what challenges that I present to her, saying that don't worry, Reena, I have also gone through this. I think somebody telling you that these challenges are not new. I have also gone through it, and if I handle it this way, you may choose to handle this way or that way. That makes you feel so comfortable, so soothing. And having a sponsor is also very important because whatever good work that you do, you might not be able to present it the way it has to be presented. So having somebody who talks about the work that you are not able to present, and it's very important today in the era where marketing and individuals' performance is also very important. So that is where a sponsor and sponsor or a mentor helps. So even if you are an introvert or extrovert, does not matter. But if you are serious about your career, I think going out, reaching out to people for support definitely helps. Like I did my course in XLRI, and now I have a couple of XLRI students, those who are pursuing to become CHRO. I'm mentoring, they are my mentees. So it is important for you to also share and tell what you have learned from others. So reaching out is nothing wrong, but the intent of what you're reaching out has to be clearly defined, and also respect the time of the mentor or the sponsor that you have in life. I think that makes your life more easy.
Correct. Very powerful. Very powerful. So, any criteria or any points to how do you reach out? So, should it be your senior, your ex-boss, or just reach out to, how do you find out? Or LinkedIn, use LinkedIn?
They can use social media, of course. And if they know someone who they feel that there's a lot that they say is resonates with you, I think that's the best way to go for looking for a mentor. There are programs today available where mentoring is as a program is also available. Organizations like for us, we do mentoring as a workshop for people where we identify people who would like to mentor and who want to be mentee, and we try and map them so that they go through an engagement or mentoring. So they can look for that. They can look up also for something on coaching. Today, coaching is something very powerful, and they can look for an option for coaching as well. There are digital coaching platforms available today where they can look for a coach and then try and do it. and it could be within the organization or could be from outside the organization. Anyone can be a mentor.
Correct.
I was blessed to have mentor people, those who work with me, those who were like guide and
No,
good.
Reena, I'm sure you are making it sound so simple, but like you said, consistency and hard work. See, when you are consistently doing hard work, your fragrance spreads all around you. So then finding a mentor would also not be that difficult. But if you create a bad reputation in the organization or in the, area around you where you are not considered to be a good team player or something, then it might not be that easy. So you may,
Yeah,
you may
true. But I didn't want to bring the negative side of it.
Correct. So you have to impress people with your dedication, with your consistency and your hard work also. And then it will be that much easier to find mentors. Obviously, using other tools like professional platforms, etc., is one way. But also do good work, do a sincere effort. See, why am I coming back to it again and again? Like I talked about focus also, because in today's world, especially after 2011, social media has mushroomed so much. Now, mental health issues or instances where people feel that they are being judged and they get demotivated has increased a lot. And
Agree.
that is why the distractions or the intensity of the distractions has increased manifold. So it's important for a person to, just believe in the simple universal truths of hard work and consistency, which again, if you do that, you will end up reaching much faster than all the other people who you see are taking shortcuts and having temporary success. But, so that is why I'm
That's true. But at the same time, I think to add to what you said, you need to also find your own purpose. What
correct.
is it you like to do? I think that's also quite powerful, is what I feel in terms of having a purpose and what you're doing it.
How does one
And
find that out? Some more thoughts on that, Reena. See, for a young professional, parents are saying something else. I'll give you my perspective. When I passed out, after next 2 3 years, the discussion would be this classmate has got this much package. And then you start having an internal dialogue. Oh, what am I doing? My classmate is earning 3 times of what I am earning. So what I'm saying is some guidelines or some methods and tools on how to find your purpose.
it is in terms of understanding what are your likes and dislikes, being more doing a self assessment rather, to finding out what is that you like to do the most. I think that's important. We forget getting back to the basics of doing a self assessment at times, and also at the same time make sure that whatever you have identified that these are your strengths and you like to work on that, possibly build more methods in terms of learning, because learning never stops, right? If
Correct.
you have identified your strength and this is what I would like to pursue, or this is my purpose in life, this is the area that I would like to go. Like, for example, I was into business development. I have never thought that I'll become a CHRO today. But then HR was my passion. So I started building on my skills and competences related to HR, whether it is a certification course or workshops or anything that is related to HR, I would be there and make sure that I make my notes and learn something out of it. So identify what is that which drives you, makes you feel good, happy, and work towards it. I think, and consistency is key. I think without
Correct.
having that consistency, it will not help you succeed in whatever you do. And
So
it
what?
cannot be instantaneous. It cannot be like, I like it, I will get it. It's not like this. It is a process that you have to take your step and work towards it.
Right, very well said. Very well said. See, so now we come to the important point I wanted to discuss. See, self-assessment, goal setting, learning, and giving empathetic listening to people who come to you. All this requires time, and then learning. Learning certification courses, etc. So time management, you also mentioned, is something that one has to be careful about. So how can one manage time? How do you happen to do so much in your schedule?
See, well, I'm quite systematic in what I do
Okay.
and very regular in what I do. So if I have to take you through my day, I'm an early bird. I get up around 4-ish in the morning, early morning, and focus on what I want. Suppose I want to learn a subject, I would spend at least an hour or so reading a book or reading a subject that would help in terms of knowing it, because everyone has this 24 hours. So how do you manage your own time is in your hands. So, and then whatever is for my own well-being, it's very important that you know that your well-being is very important. I
Correct.
do either a meditation or a yoga for an hour or so. And then I'm also an early bird to office. I come to work at 8. So 8 to 9 is my time, or me time, where I plan my day, I plan my whatever work has to be done, so that by 9 I'm ready for any of the office engagement work that has been done. So I think everyone has the time, but you need to wisely understand in terms of, like we talk in time management, what is urgent and important, right? And I think prioritizing that is the key in terms of understanding what is that you want to achieve by the end of the day, every day. End of you might have your goal setting for your own self for a year or a half, whatever it is, but that day is also equally important.
Correct.
So you might juggle into a lot of things that you do, but try and see that whatever juggling you do, you or try and prioritize your work so that it does not take you to lose out the focus on what you have to do, at the same time achieve whatever you're planned for.
So that prioritizing, like you said, important but not urgent tasks. Do you do that on a weekend where you take out some time to plan the scheduled time for important tasks for the coming week? I'm asking so that the viewers can benefit from that.
See, my calendar has been fixed, so not on the weekends. I spend the time for myself, then on the work. But on the first day of the week, we as team sit together.
Okay.
It's the time that we spend together in terms of priorities, in terms of HR that we have got, what are urgent and important to be completed for the week, and how do we proceed, and if there is any support that they require it. So that's how I do it weekly. And every day, of course, my team might get at times bunked by the follow-up. I'm very, very good in follow-up, thanks to my role in business development, high on perseverance. I would not miss out on any task that is there. Even my team misses out, but I will not miss out, and they have no other choice. But
I
uh,
remember I had a boss who would call at the sharp time he would have. So let's say he would say that I'll call you at 5 o'clock. Then he would call me at 5 o'clock. Definitely. I used to be, so much scared of getting his call that I used to do everything before time. But anyway, so see, we have talked about being out of comfort zone, passion, and make a difference, desire to make a difference in people's lives, consistency, hard work, learning, observing people, mentors, resilience, focus to avoid distractions, having the right mindset, handling challenges, and so many things that we have discussed. Anything else, time management, anything else you would like to mention for the young HR professionals or young professionals in any department, what they have to be careful about apart from all?
for me, if you, yeah, I think it's important to be curious.
Okay, very nice.
Keep your learning agenda high all the time. Never stop your learning, and at the same time, be also courageous to take tough decisions in life, where that defines who you are as a person, as a leader, as an individual. So take
Like the
the courage.
example, like the example you were giving when you fired 97 people in one go.
Yeah, it was tough call, but there was no other choice because you cannot afford to have indiscipline at the airport.
Correct.
So wherever there is a tough call, I think it's important you take the call, whether it is on your personal or professional front. I think it's important that you take that and move ahead, and also be consistent. I think consistency is the key. Success is not built in a day. It
Correct.
is, of course, built over consistency that you bring in, and I would always vouch for hard work, because that is what you need to invest on, and keep investing on your own growth. Learning is something that you should not stop at any point of time, and be focused. Never forget that unless and until you are focused, you will not be able to achieve what you want to. And that's how I think we can create, touch the lives of many people, create the positive ripples in their life, and help them build what they want to build in terms of building their career. That's what I say. Whoever joins us, they build a career with us.
Very nice. See, these in today's time, like I said, these words are so powerful, Reena. See, nowadays people see that why don't I become a video influencer? Or, why do I do some but they don't realize that what such a small fraction of people who are doing that are actually becoming an influencer, or are able to achieve success. But hard work and consistency, they're the universal truths. They'll give you results come what way. If not now, maybe sometime down, but they're so powerful coming from a senior professional like you. So it has been around an hour since we started talking, Reena. So quickly, two or three more points, because we have to maintain the time limit that we have set for ourselves. So people at the mid management level, what would be your advice for them?
They are very key. My mid management, I feel they are the key for either making or breaking the organization. They are the one those who develop the people. They are the one those who groom the next generation. They are the next generation. Succession plan is around them. So they are very important for me and the organization that we work. So invest on those people. I think very important.
So
They are the future leaders.
what do
They are
these
the
people
future
need to do?
leaders. These people need to nurture the next generation.
Okay. Okay. And something for the senior people at the senior level?
The senior people in the senior level, I think they are the one those who are driving the organization, right?
Correct.
So for them also is equally important in terms of seeing that they build the organization, which the organization people in the organization feel safe to work. I think that's very important today when we talk about mental health and well-being. Also trying to see how we can have strategy and vision that can help in terms of taking organization to the next level and making sure that the development, overall development of the team is being taken care. So the seniors definitely they see a big picture in the organization. They look at what could be the continuous change and improvement that can bring into the organization. So when it comes to the seniors, that's what I see. And for the people at the mid level, I think they are the driving the performance of the organization. And if they can build and develop others, I think that that's going to be the key.
So coming to the last part, Harina, and let me set the context for this. See, you spoke about personal well-being, like you do meditation and yoga. See, I'm a brain rewiring expert. So I tell people in my workshops that the reason they are not able to perform in professional and personal life is because of the various mental blockages,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
I train them on mind techniques on how to remove that mental blockage.
Yeah.
For example, simple mental blockage, I cannot wake up at 4 o'clock like you wake up, for example, or I cannot avoid social media at night. I have to watch Instagram for 1 hour before I can relax, and then I can go to I'm just giving very basic examples. now
Yeah.
now what happens is I tell them that every mental blockage is a negative energy, because I'm also an energy healer. I'm a Reiki master. So every
Okay.
mental blockage is a negative energy, and the best way to remove all mental blockages is to do meditation. So,
Mm-hmm.
and looking at you, you sound so positive, you look so positive, you have a very nice body language. So is it meditation and yoga? And could we have some more thoughts on meditation and physical exercise?
I think the key is that 45 minutes of yoga and meditation that I do keeps my day well. And then I also do a little bit of reading. If it is there is no book that I have, I pick up Bhagavad Gita and I read.
Very nice.
This is something that I do it for myself, and I feel good about it. And then, yeah, there are ups and downs that we face in life, and every day could be a day that comes with new challenges and opportunities. So that helps in terms of balancing it well.
And giving a perspective that how, and like you said, mentors also. So mentors also help in giving the perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very right. So thank you, Rina. There are so many other thoughts that I have that I have written down, the threads that we can lead the discussion to, but we have to maintain. We have already overshot by a few minutes. So thank you so much, Rina. It was lovely talking to you, and I'm sure these pearls of wisdom are going to benefit so many people who are going to listen to this interaction. Thank you so much.
Certainly, and it's such a wonderful interaction. I'm looking forward to more interactions in the future. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am.